Okay, we are recording. All right, you guys. So, I'm really excited about this because there's so many amazing leaders on here tonight that are going to share your tips with you all. So, if you're new to our team, welcome. I am Courtney Boyer, Ambassador Diamond Leader, and I just wanted to get several of us on here to kind of share all of our tips that helped us, whenever we were first starting and what helped us get off to a really good start in this business. So I'm really excited. I'm just going to jump right into it. Like I said, I'm recording this, so if you know that people that have wanted to watch this that aren't able to, they could get on later. But anyways, we're going to start with Katie. So Katie, if you just want to jump on, introduce yourself, tell us your why for what made you join It Works.
All right, can everybody hear me? Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, so my name is Katie, and I joined It Works almost 2 years ago in June. And my parents were in the middle of like redoing their house and moving and all this stuff, and I was moving into an apartment, and I just am very prideful with my money, and I didn't want to ask my parents while they were like having all these expenses to redo their house. I was like, I really need money for my apartment, and I'm a full-time college student, and I had a full-time job at the time, and it still wasn't going to cut it to pay my rent. And so I was just like, Savannah Stoker is the one that enrolled me, and we went to elementary school together, and I saw her posting about how she was making money from her phone, and it was really easy and all this stuff, and I was like, okay, like I could do that. And so I didn't really think anything of it, to be honest with you. I just kind of joined, and yeah, it's just, I joined for an extra $600 a month, and I ended up making that within like my first 6 months. That was really cool. And then last February, I went diamond. So I went diamond in 8 months. And yeah, it's literally been like the best thing for me.
It's awesome. So. I love it. Okay, so I know that you have gotten really incredible results with our products. So I just want you to kind of go over and talk about why you think it's so important as distributors to get your hands on the products and use them yourself.
Well, I just know like from experience. So I have used several of our products, and since November, I've lost about 35 pounds. So just from like posting about it and showing my excitement about what the products are doing in my life, it's getting not only my current customers excited, but it's also helping me get a lot of potentials, because they see like, not only am I selling these products, but I also like truly believe in them, and they work for me. They're not just, a lot of people are skeptical when you give them people's before and after pictures that aren't our customers, or they're not our own, because that's how people are. They're just really skeptical about things like that. But when you give them like your personal results, it really shows them like, these products really do work, and you can give your own personal testimony to the products and your experience, and not just saying like, oh, well, I know this person that used this product and they really liked it. No, you can tell them like, I personally used it. It works like really well, and it's definitely worth the money that you're paying for it. And you have that connection with them when you use the product that they buy. You can kind of like, they trust you a little bit more when you've used it yourself.
Yes, I love it. I think that's for sure. I think and once you find one that you love too, it's so much easier. Like whenever you find something that you love, anything in life, you just want to share it with others. You want to tell other people about it. So I think that's something that's really good with our products, is once you find one that you just really like and that you get your own really good personal results with, you're going to want to share it with everybody. And your excitement's going to rub off on others too. So yes, thank you so much. All right, Savannah, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, or Savannah Stoker, sorry, there's two. Yeah, if you just want to introduce yourself, tell us what made you join It Works, and then we'll go into your question from there. Oh, we can't hear you. I think you're still, let's see. Okay, there we go.
Here we go?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So my name is Savannah. I'm 21 years old, a college student, double diamond. And the reason that I joined It Works was honestly for like $200 a month. I was following Courtney, and I saw her post a picture about how she was making like $17,000. She was a presidential diamond at the time, and she was making $17,000 a month. And so I was like, okay, if she can make $17,000 a month, then I can make $200. So I joined for that $200 just because I needed it to pay my bills and really just to make like ends meet. I was working full time, going to school full time, and it just like wasn't cutting it. So that's the whole reason that I joined, because I absolutely needed that.
Did you ever imagine being where you are now?
What's that?
Did you ever imagine being where you are now?
Oh no, absolutely not. Like that was my goal. Like I was like $200, that's it. And then as soon as like I went Ruby and kind of just got like a taste for like the potential in this business, I was like, oh my gosh, like, you know, there's literally like I can go anywhere with it. And so once you kind of like start to see that, it's like you can just take off with it. Yeah. Definitely never imagined diamond, never imagined double diamond for sure. So
triple happening soon. So.
Yes, it is.
Really crazy. Okay, so something that's really huge and important in this business is the consistency. So I want you to talk about why is consistency so important?
Okay. I guess the way that like I look at it is like you're starting a business, and so the way that I always think of it is like, you know, if you have like say like two like grocery stores, like local grocery stores like right next to each other, you know, and one of them was like open consistently, like had their set hours, they were open consistently, like you knew you could go to that grocery store and get what you needed, you know, and then the one next to it was just like open whenever they felt like it, you know, which grocery store would you go to, you know? So like that's just like how I like to look at it. Like I want to be like the person that is like consistent, and like the people that like know me and the people that follow me always know that they can like come to me and they don't have to like worry about, you know, if I'm going to be open. And then like another way that like I like to look at it is, you know, this is like one of the like few jobs that like you get paid for the amount of work you put in. So like if, you know, you're only putting in time when you feel like it, or like part-time, then, you know, that's how you're going to get paid. But like if you're just consistent with it, like that's when your business really takes off, and that's when, you know, money just starts, you know, adding up, is because you are disciplined and staying consistent with what you're doing every day. Yeah. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. No, that's great. I couldn't agree more. I think, yeah, especially like through social media too, it's just so easy for people to just go to somebody else. If they're seeing somebody else post about it more, you're exactly right. They're definitely going to go to them over the person who just posts about it sometimes. So consistency is huge, especially through social media, because we're that constant reminder to them, you know, especially if they're interested. Like I know me, for example, like I watched Ashley for weeks. I never commented on her stuff, but since she kept posting and I kept seeing it, she was like that constant reminder, and like it constantly kept me like questioning myself, like, should I do this? Should I do this? And being more interested in the product, seeing it. So yeah, no, I love that. Thank you so much. All right. I'm not sure if Brady, are you on? Brady might not be on. I know.
I think I saw her name.
Brady.
Oh, maybe not.
I know she had, she might jump back on. I don't know. Earlier she mentioned that she might not make it. So anyways, Megan. Oh yeah, girl, you're on. Okay, I see you. All right. If you just want to introduce yourself and tell us why you joined It Works.
Well, my name's Megan Walker. I think I'm the grandma of this group. I'm 25. But I started It Works 2 years ago, May 2nd. I was looking for a way to pay for my cousin Alexis's headstone. She passed away when she was 17 years old, her senior year in high school. Like, she should have been my sister. Completely devastated. My family's broke. We didn't have money for headstone, so that's why I started. I literally just wanted the Ruby bonus, and then I was going to quit. But like, I think it was Savannah who said she saw the potential in this business. And then I was like, okay, you know, I'm just going to keep going with this. And in my 3rd month, I hit diamond. In my 5th month, I hit double, and I'm still working towards triple.
Yes. Love it. Okay. So I know a lot of times, like when we get started, we're like, okay, where do we start? Like, who do we reach out to? Should we be reaching out to people, or should we just post and people come to us? And I think like a lot of times, like people will watch people and they'll see like that they're just like posting and they're not seeing all the work that's being done outside of posting. So I want you to just kind of go over like what you're doing on a daily basis outside of posting on social media. Like, who are you messaging? How many people are you messaging a day? And how do you find those people to message?
I probably try to message like 5 to 7 people an hour, and I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but if you're messaging that many people an hour and having like real genuine conversations with them, it's going to turn into a lot of customers down the road. Finding new people for me to like message is really easy because I don't ever just like, hey girl, do you want a spot in my 90-day challenge? Like I don't ever like spam people right off the bat. I'm like, hey, I love your makeup. Hey, where'd you get that purse at? Hey, where'd you get that shirt? Whatever. Or I'll go through like their Instagram story and reply, like if they posted a picture of their kid or their dog, I'll be like, oh, so cute. Even if I don't think their dog is super cute. Like just something to start building a relationship. And I probably message like between 200 to 300 people a day that way. But like about the business, it's probably like 5 to 7 an hour.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, that's how, yeah, I like building relationships is huge in this. So with like what she's talking about too, with like the stories and stuff, other than just bringing up the business right off the bat, she's reaching out to people and just starting a conversation with them outside of the business. So I do think that's really important. So whenever you're messaging them, do you only message them first that way, or do you ever just message somebody about the business? Like if you see somebody that you think would just be really good at the business, are you still just creating that relationship, or are you just going to be like, hey, listen, I think you'd be really good at what I do?
If I see somebody on my feed that I'm like, dang, she needs to be on my team, I will go creep her page, turn on some post notifications, and then like for probably like a day or two, I'll like every single picture that she posts. And then I'll message her and be like, girl, I've been seeing your posts a lot lately, and I think you could be really good at what I do. Would you ever consider extra income from social media? Because, I mean, you could be really good at it. And like just say, I hope you don't think this is weird or something like that. But yeah, I mean, I guess you would call it cold message for distributors, but
Yeah.
I try not to come off super spammy, and I definitely always like put their name in it. Like
You make it personal.
Yeah. So they know I'm not like copy paste, send it to like 500 people.
Right. Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and we'll go to Lexi. If you want to introduce yourself and tell us why you joined.
Okay, my name is Lexi Nutt. I'm a triple diamond with It Works, and I joined actually June. This coming June will be my 3-year anniversary. So I've been in for 3 years. I joined for literally an extra $209 a month because I had wanted braces for like so long, and I never could like pay for them. So I was like, okay, just $200 a month. And literally like a week later after my consultation, I saw Courtney posting on Instagram about how she was making, I don't remember what rank you were, but you were making like, I think like an extra $2,000 a month or something like that. And I was like, dang, she can make $2,000 a month. You know, I can definitely make $209 a month. So once I hit my $209 a month goal and I got like that, kind of like Savannah was saying, I kind of got the taste of money, and I was like, I need more. And so I saw like all these people promoting and making, you know, $2,000 a month. I'm like, dude, I can do that. And I saw people making $6,000 a month. I was like, I can definitely do that. Like if these people can do it, I can do it too. So that's just kind of how everything went.
I love it. And then she got her braces and it paid for them, right? Now they're off. And
yes, they're off and teeth are looking good.
Okay, so Lexi is a mom of 2, and she's any of you moms out there know that is like, you know, you're busy. So I mean, you have so many different things going on. So what are your biggest tips for those people who are just busy and have a lot going on? Like, what are you doing every single day to make sure that you still make time to fit your business in, even on days where you feel like it's just like crazy and almost impossible?
Well, I hear a lot of people say that, and a lot of new people that join also, they struggle with
finding time, especially if they're mothers, if they have full-time jobs on top of motherhood, like it can be stressful. Trust me, I know. I used to work at a daycare and wouldn't come home until like 7 o'clock at night. And then we had to do bath time, bedtime, dinner, and it was just like boom, 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 so stressful. But you literally just have to make sure that you're doing power hours. And I know like everyone has heard that so much, but power hours with kids, like seriously, is a lifesaver. My youngest one went to pre-K this year, so I kind of have a little bit more time there. But last year and the year before that, she was at home with me. Can you see me? Sorry, I have 10%. I should plug my phone in. But she was at home with me, so it was really tough. I had to figure out, what times worked best for me, because I didn't want to, I didn't want it works to completely consume my life to where I didn't have time for her. But I kind of figured out, especially on promoting months and like the boom time, like right now, it's a lot easier to tell your kids that like you can't play with them right now. They know whenever I'm doing my power hour that I'm not going to do anything for them. Like I spend my whole entire life doing things for them. They know that my hour is my hour. So I'll sit down and do my power hours, and of course they come up, I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, I want this. But they know, like, I'm going to be like, you need to go, like, sit down for a minute. It's okay. And it's okay. You're not neglecting your children. It's not like their life is going to be ruined if you tell them no for an hour. You know what I mean? So I'll do my power hour in the morning whenever they both go to school. And I kind of have all day. It took me a little while to figure out, like, my schedule, because even though the little one's in school, you think I would have, like, all the time in the world, but I didn't really know, like, what to do with that time. So I would literally just, like, scroll, and I wouldn't be getting anything done. So I had to set alarms on my phone to make sure that I'm doing my power hour, sitting down and messaging and setting alarms to post. And I'll just do, like, y'all, my house is not clean. It's literally a wreck. And I don't worry about it because it doesn't matter right now because I want to make money. And I know that the way to make money is to work. So you literally just have to get a schedule, set alarms like I do if you have to, if you need to remember to post or need to remember to do this. And one thing that really helps me before I go to bed at night is to create like a list of things that I need to do the next day. So I'm not like lounging around, sleeping, taking naps and stuff like that while the kids are at school. I'll say, okay, at this time I need to do my power hour. At this time I can clean for 30 minutes. At this time I'll post and make, get on Pinterest or whatever and take some screenshots of stuff for me to post later. Just having that schedule really, really helps because I'm like so not a schedule person. So it's hard for me to go by a schedule, but it's literally what I have to do to make sure that I'm working my business.
I love it. Yeah. And I think, and with everybody's like schedule is so different too. So, what works for Lexi and what works for me or what works for anybody might not work for you. So you're just going to have to come up with your own little routine, but within time, you're going to do that too. And once you just make it a routine, it's going to just become a part of your day. So you're going to feel like weird if you don't work your business that day. And like, oh my gosh, like I need a post or I need to message people. You're going to feel that. So really like at first, whenever you're like, how am I going to possibly fit this into my crazy lifestyle? I have all this going on, and just know that if you just like keep at it, you're going to find something that eventually just works for you. So just keep doing that. And I always say that I think busy people are the best at this business because you're already used to having to fit a million different things into your crazy schedule. So you're the perfect people for this business. And power hours absolutely saved my life. Like when I started this business, I was going to school full time and working 2 part-time jobs. So, and can you tell them a little bit more about what you're doing? Like what is a power hour for people who are brand new? Like what are you doing throughout that hour?
Okay. So, my power hour begins with messaging. So I'll sit down and what I do is I go through my Instagram feed when I'm messaging. Let's just say I'm messaging like for customers. I'll go down my Instagram feed and just write Instagram names down because they just posted, so I know that they're active. And then I'll write like 20 names down at a time. And then before I start messaging, I'll go back and like click on their profile, or no, whenever I'm writing the names down, sorry, I'll click their profile and go and like a couple of their pictures and maybe comment on one if I see a picture that I like or something. And then what I'll do is I'll send those people the same exact message. Every single one of them is the same exact message for loyal customers. And then I literally will not respond to any of them. I'm just taking that specific time to go down my list and message those 20 people. Whenever I'm done with those 20 people, I'm still not answering any questions or anything. I'll go and follow a bunch of people, and I'll give myself I'll set like a 10-minute timer, and I'll go follow as many people as I can, liking and commenting on their pictures and stuff. When the timer goes off, I go back to messaging, and I'll go do the exact same thing over and over again. But I do not respond to those messages until either like my next power hour during like the afternoon, or if I have some free time or something to get back to those messages later on, I will.
Okay, yeah. So basically for an entire hour, she's doing nothing but focusing on her business. So she's literally just like not getting distracted by anything else. And if you have to, like what I have to do, I'm the same way. I have to set an alarm. So I at least like make myself do it, because I'm like scatterbrained. I'm all over the place. And so I just make myself do nothing but sit there and work my business for an entire hour. And it's crazy what you can get done in that amount of time. It's like when I was little, my mom would like set the alarm for like 10 minutes and be like, see how fast you can clean the house in 10 minutes and see what we can get done. And I thought it was the coolest game ever, because I'm like, okay. And like I got a lot done in that 10 minutes. It's just like that hour. Like all you're doing is focusing on that one thing. So power hours are really nice. And like, especially when I first started this and I was working and had a crazy busy schedule, I would like my time that I would do is I'd be waking up earlier and I'd be staying up later at night to make sure I fit my business in. Just because that's the only time I really had throughout the day to really do it. So really it's just going to have to be taking advantage of the extra time that you do have throughout your day. But yay, thank you so much. That was amazing. Mandy, up there. Okay, there's Mandy. I was like, where's she at? If you will introduce yourself and tell us your why.
I'm Mandy. I'm 22 years old, and I actually started off being a loyal customer through one of my friends. Fell in love with the products, and I noticed like she started posting about going shopping, and It Works paying for her new clothes, her makeup, and I was in college and I thought, I want to be able to spend money like that and not have to worry about it. I also had a student loan, 2 huge medical bills, and then on top of going to college, I had 2 part-time jobs. I was working around 50 to 60 hours a week, so I thought any extra money could really help. So I joined January of 2016, so just a little bit over a year ago. And within my first week, I earned over $200 with Fast Start qualified bonuses. And I started looking up videos on YouTube, and I found Isabel Dunn's video channel and started watching all those, and I really saw the potential for this business and started off really strong and then kind of lagged off, and I earned a spot on the cruise. And there I would talk to people and kind of got back on fire. And so now I've been working really hard. It's been really cool to see all my effort pay off.
Yeah, now you're going to go diamond soon.
Yes!
How many spots left on your diamond chart?
I have 4 spots.
Yeah, you're getting so close. Can't wait. Okay, so for brand new distributors, what are your 3 biggest tips that you would give to somebody that are just starting off today?
So my first tip is to message. What I first did is I went through all of my Facebook friends and I started writing names down, making 100s lists, and then I went through all the contacts in my phone and I just messaged everyone, even if I barely knew the person. And yeah, so messaging people is definitely my number 1 tip. I was afraid to message family more than strangers for some reason. I thought they would judge me, but it turns out most of my family members were very supportive. So definitely message close friends and family, because more than likely they'll want to help you out. My second tip is to run with it. Don't worry about trying to learn every little bit about the business, trying to learn everything you can about the products. Just message people, and if you have questions, you have a whole support team that you can ask for help, advice. Don't get too caught up in the technicalities of it. And then my third tip is work on your Instagram. I get most of my customers from Instagram, so if you don't have an Instagram, create it. If you currently have one, look up YouTube videos on It Works Instagram tips and clean it up. And also, I follow a lot of top leaders on Instagram just to see what works for them, because if it works for them, it's going to work for me and it'll work for you guys.
Love it. Yes, copy the right cats. That's for sure. Something else, like what I did was like whenever I think of like my first four, like getting your first 4 customers too, I always say think of your chicken noodle soup list. Whenever you're really sick and you need somebody to bring you chicken noodle soup, who are the first 4 people that come to your mind? Write down those people, reach out to them, be excited, let them know you have some amazing products that you want to share with them, and ask them for your support. And it's crazy. You're going to be so surprised who's going to be interested. And don't ever prejudge them. Don't ever, I always say the answer is always no unless you ask. So definitely reach out and ask those people because we literally have a product for everybody. So those are awesome. Thank you, Mandy.
Yep.
All right, Carly Redden. Hi, girl. Okay, so introduce yourself and tell us your why.
Hey, yeah. I'm Carly. I started in September of 2015. I'm a diamond. I had just started college, or I guess I should say I was like Mandy, and oh my gosh, of course my dog's gonna bark now. I started as a loyal customer too, and it was like the summer before my freshman year in college, and I lost 15 pounds on the ThermoFit like the first month or 2 of college, and I was like, this product can help me lose weight my freshman year. Like there has to be something there. So I mean, honestly, I didn't have a job. I had really never had like a serious job. My parents were really supportive of me. They paid for my college. They paid for really everything. I wanted like $200 to $500 a month so I could go to Bath and Body Works and maybe help out with gas and groceries. So that was kind of, oh my gosh, can y'all hear her? Can someone, is it like really?
So you're good.
I'm sorry. But like, honestly, Bath and Body Works, but goal was like helping out with gas and groceries, so helping my parents. But yeah, so I got started in September, and the rest is kind of history. So.
And now she just bought a house at 20 years old, so that's it works. So that's awesome. Okay, so I know like when I first started, and I'm sure so many other people can relate. Whenever we first get started, we're like, okay, what do we post? Like, where do we get these posts? What do we say on the post? Like, I don't know. Like, I just don't know what to do. So what are your biggest tips for when it comes to posting? What are you doing to find new posts? How do you come up with them? Any tips you got for us?
Okay, so in the beginning, obviously we all kind of go through our phase where we're just really, really awkward. And that's normal. Like, all of us are going to be awkward when we get started, but start following. I mean, I know, can you hear me? My internet is unstable. We good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But I just followed, I signed up with Savannah. So I was following Savannah and kind of making my posts. I mean, I didn't want to post exactly like her. So I followed Courtney. I followed Katie because I was actually under Katie. And, you kind of just start meeting new people or following new people on Instagram and Facebook and kind of take from theirs, see what you like about their, Instagrams or Facebooks and kind of model it into your own, but make sure that you're putting your own twist on it. So in the beginning, I mean, I tell my distributors, it's okay if you kind of take the idea of some, distributors post, but once you kind of get the hang of it, start making your own words, start, finding your own posts. Just another thing, don't post anything directly after someone posts it because we have algorithms, and when there's multiples of one thing, yours isn't going to get seen as much. So I think honestly, when you're getting started, just look to others for inspiration and kind of take that and make it your own and put your own twist on it. But I go to Pinterest for my before and afters. We have a group me, which is really good because it's like a before and after and product post. So we all kind of put posts in there. But yeah, I always screenshot people's posts and use them later. And I mean, really, it's just getting creative with it. But does that answer?
No, that was great. Yeah, just watching other people and really just getting the idea. I know when I first started, I was like, I'm selling something. So I thought I was supposed to sound like a salesperson. Don't do that. Like, that's exactly what you don't want to do. You just want to be personal, and you just want to be so excited, because when you're so excited, other people want to know what you got your hands on. So no, that was perfect. Thank you. So one more question though, like whenever you comes to like, posting for like customers and distributors, like for distributors, do you put like your own, like, how do you make it personal for yourself? Like, do you think of like how do you go about making your post more personal?
I mean, honestly, I think it was Allie Frazier. I just really liked what she said one time. She's like, if someone can come and completely copy your posts and make it their own, or like put it on their own picture, it's not personal enough. So make sure you're talking about your family. Make sure you're really digging deep down. A lot of people, it's hard for them to be vulnerable, but I feel like that's the biggest thing that, you know, gets you success, especially with distributors. You want to make sure that you're sharing your story, and you're sharing the stories of, you know, people that you're friends with in this business. Or if you're really new, you know, go to people that you look up to. Like when I started, I was sharing Courtney's story, I think, all the time. I'm like, there's literally no 20-year-old that makes this much money. It's like, you just have to make sure that whatever you're passionate about, you want to share it, because when you have passion about something, people are going to see that. If you're just posting the exact same thing that other people are posting, people can tell that you're not as passionate about that as other things. But for products, definitely try them. I mean, I don't know if I can be more blunt than that, but I feel like I sell the most of the products that I'm most passionate about. I post pretty much the same about everything, but I promise you, people can tell when you're passionate about something. So
Yes.
Yeah,
Talking about your why, talking about why you want to use the products, talking about why you join the business. That's what's going to be able to be that's what people are going to be able to relate to with you. You know, that's how you're going to stick out from other people's, because not everybody out there relates with me. They might relate better with your story. So make sure you're telling your story and your why and your personal experience, and that's how people are really going to relate. Yes, that was perfect. Thank you. All right. Shay. There you are, girl. Okay. If you'll introduce yourself and tell us your why. Oh, we can't hear you. Let's see here. Oh,
got it.
Okay, there we go.
Hi, I am Cheyenne Knox, and I'm 18. I am a Ruby leader, and I joined in December of 2016. So I joined because I will be going to college in the fall, and I wanted to be able to pay for college and not rack up debt all the time. So when I saw Courtney's post, I'd actually followed a lot of people that were in It Works, but nothing they posted like ever came like across to me that was like super important or anything, and they kind of gave off the wrong vibe. But once I came across Courtney's post and she was talking about how she was paying for college and she was making all this money, I thought the same thing that everyone else thought that joined, like if she can do that, I can do it too. So I saw that, and I knew that I wanted to be able to pay for college and not just rack up all of this debt. And so I took Courtney's story and I decided to take the leap and be able to pay for college myself.
Yes, I love it. And now you're gonna graduate high school and like be making like 4 figures a month, no biggie, right? Okay, so you are like the live video queen. Like you're always making live videos. I love it. I love it. I love it. How did you just tell us all your live video tips, because I need them myself. I got my pen and paper ready for these tips because I need to get out of my comfort zone and do them. But if you just want to tell us like what you were saying in your live videos and how they've benefited your business since doing them.
So I actually saw, I'm pretty sure that it was, now I can't remember her name because I'm thinking about it. It was someone that makes a lot of money. And I saw her post a live, and she was getting like so much interaction from it. Like people were commenting, like telling her to message her about it. And she was talking about like business and products. And I am a really outgoing person. I'm not normally shy. So I was like, oh, I can just do a live video and it'll be fine. Well, I got up to do it, and I was so terrified. Like I started getting like sick to my stomach, and I was nervous, and I was like, oh my gosh, people are going to think I'm obnoxious and annoying. And I was so nervous. But I was like, you know what? If this is going to help my business, I'm going to do it because I had a goal and I want to get to it. So I did my first live video, and I just talked about the business. I talked about why I joined, and I hadn't really posted about it yet. So this is really like my introduction video. And so I got so much like action off that and everything. And I like signed up 3 distributors from it. I signed up 6 customers from it. And so from that moment when I took my first video, that made me excited to do it more. So I started like focusing on like one product, and then I would focus on the business. I focused on like each individual thing, because I knew if I just sat there and talked, I like to talk, and I would sit there and talk and talk and talk and just lose people. So I sat down and I would think about like certain products that I wanted to talk about, or if I got something in the mail and I tried it and I liked it, I would sit down and talk about that. So like the first one, I talked about the business. I talked about how much you could make and how much I made, and kind of made it personal. That way I could relate, because people, when you message them, they're going to read your message and they're either going to ignore it because it's not you talking to them, or they're not going to be as interested. But if you're sitting there and you're talking to them like you're in a full-on conversation over video, they're more than likely going to think about it. So even if you don't get interaction off of your videos, you're still like getting the word out there and people are still seeing it. So it's kind of like a post. They're seeing it and they're thinking about it. So when you're talking to them in person, it's more of a personal thing. So I just recommend to get over your fear, get everything out that makes you think negatively of it, and just do it. Because even if you don't get any comments on it or any messages, you're still getting the word out there. So just talk about products and talk about the business and be personal with it, because you're being able to talk to people personally about what this is doing for you and what it could do for them.
That's awesome. Yeah, the other day I watched this video, and it was somebody else talking about lives too, and they said they come up with like crazy captions that like catch people's attention too. So people are like, oh my gosh, like I gotta watch this live video. And like your live doesn't even necessarily have to just be about like the products. Like it can be about like your kids doing something funny, and then you incorporate the business and the products into your live video. You know, you just like throw it out there while you're doing the live video. But that's amazing. Whenever I found out that she enrolled that many people from her first video, I was like, that is incredible. So she's definitely one to watch to get some ideas for lives, because she's really good at it. So thank you. All right, Carly G. I don't see you. Oh, there you are. Just kidding. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Okay, well, introduce yourself and tell us your why.
Okay, so my name is Carly Guerrero. I'm a diamond, and my why is my daughter and my husband. When I joined, we were struggling, and me and my friend Maddie, she's also in the business, we had actually had this crazy idea. We were going to start a boutique, and we were going to like sell like bath bombs and chicker scrubs and like all that stuff. And so I remember I had made an Instagram for our boutique, and I thought I was on the Instagram, the boutique's Instagram, you know, just like mass following people to like get our followers up on our boutique page. And I was actually on my personal Instagram, and I followed Courtney. And so I got like the notification like 30 minutes later that she like, I think followed me back or something like that. And her profile picture caught my eye because I'm a hairstylist, and like her hair was so blonde, and I was like, I've got to go look at this girl's hair. So I'm like scrolling through all her pictures, and I see that she's in It Works, and I'm like, okay, I've heard about this before. Like, what is this business? And I remember I saw the picture of her standing next to her car, and I was like, what in the world? And so I read the caption, and I'm like, that's insane. Like, she makes that much money from her phone. Like, that's perfect, because I have a daughter. She's 1.5. And so I was like, if she can do that, like I can do that, and, you know, stay home with my daughter. And because I loved doing hair, but I hated having to find somebody to watch Berkeley. I hated having to leave her, even if it was for, you know, a day or just to like do a couple colors. Like I wanted to be there with her. And so my why was, you know, to stay home with Berkeley. And then my husband works hard, you know, and I wanted to be able to provide more like bill wise and help out more than I was. And so when I started, I just wanted to make like an extra $300 a month. And then I think, well, I joined in November of 19th, 2016, so 5 months ago. And then in January, I went Ruby. I got my Ruby bonus. And then March, I went Emerald and Diamond. So March was amazing. But my why was just, you know, my family. I want us to live comfortably. I don't want us to live paycheck to paycheck. I don't want us to have to go to the grocery store and, like, you know, write down, like, oh my gosh, how much was that? And, like, you know, add up everything as we're going through the store to make sure that we don't go over. And so it was just for us to be able to live comfortable and not have to worry, you know, that our bills would be paid. We just wanted to be comfortable and live our lives.
How did it feel to earn that $10,000 bonus last month?
Like, I still, like, I'll start crying if I start talking about it, because I'm just like, I can't even imagine. Like, when I saw my commissions posted, I was like, oh my God.
You guys, this business is crazy. All right, so Carly is like the organization queen. Like she, from like day one, like had her notebooks and like just, she's so organized. So I just want her to share her best organization tips with you guys, because I really do feel like that's something, like I'm not an organized person. I know if I would, like I would do even probably, like I don't know, I feel like things would go a lot smoother for me. So anyways, just sharing your organization tips for us.
Yes. Okay. So I write everything down, like literally everything. So most of the times, like when I do my work, I'm sitting at my kitchen table like I am right now, and there's a mirror right here to my left. And on the mirror, I need to update it, but it says, you're getting $10,000. You're going diamond. Keep pushing, 1 loyal customer a day and 1 distributor a day. So I just like have those sitting, like staring right at me, okay? And so, you know, when I was working on going diamond, like I'd look at that every morning and I'd be like, okay, yeah, you're right. I'm making that happen. So I write down, you know, like what my rank or what my, you know, goal, all my goals. And then I write down, you know, what rank, like what promotion are you going for this month? Whether you're going for Ruby, Emerald, anything that you're going for, write it down. Make it your background on your phone so you see it every day. I have like 3 planners, which is probably, I need to narrow it down. I don't know if you can be too organized, but I feel like I'm getting like too organized almost. But I have a planner in my purse. I have one that stays at home, and then I just have an extra one because it was cute, and so I got it. But have your planner and write everything down. Like write, you know, who you're talking to, if they're a customer or a distributor, any potentials that you have. I can actually show y'all. So like, okay, this was March. See, you just write, I write everything down. Like my emerald, the day that I wanted to go emerald, the day I wanted to go diamond, my deadlines, any customers that I'm planning on signing on, I write their name down, like the day I talk to them. And let's say that, you know, I talk to them on the 7th, but they're like, oh, well, I don't get paid until the 21st. Move them to the 21st, write their name down on the 21st, and then ask for a time. Like, okay, well, what time works best for you? So you've narrowed it down to a day that they can sign up and a time that they can sign up. Because if you don't have that time, then maybe you message them like early in the morning and they read it and never respond. And then, you know, you're like, well, do I message back tonight? Like, do I wait a little bit? So get that specific time. And I also have a notebook that I write down like all of my distributors and all of my customers, which I know that that's all in eSuite, but I'm the type of person that likes to have everything like written. I don't know. I don't know if that's weird or not, but like this, I write all of my customers' names, their customer ID, and the date that they joined. And that helped me a lot because one, you can tell, you know, like what day they signed on, so when their auto shipment is going to run, because some of my customers are, you know, they want to change their orders, so I can look at that and just, you know, go down the list and be like, okay, well, let's message this girl. Hey, how are you liking your products? Okay, you want to change it? Well, let's do that now. And I also have their ID number right there next to the date that they signed on, so I can log in real quick and just be like, hey, you know, what's your password, so I can change it for you. Also, if they don't remember what their ID was, you can look it up and just give it to them. So definitely just write everything down and try to be organized like me. And sticky notes. Yeah. Those are important too.
Can you kind of tell us your, so following up, can you kind of like explain following up, why it's important, and how do you go about following up since you're so organized? Like you, I know you have it all, your own.
Yes. So, it's crazy. So when I write their name down the first time, like the date that I've talked to them, if they don't want to order then and I need to follow up with them, I get a date from them. I don't, you know, wait 2 weeks or 2 days. If they're like, oh, I can't do it right now, then I'm like, okay, well, what day works best for you? So I get that day, get that time, like I said earlier, and write that down. And then when you follow up, let me pull up the messages that I sent. I have 2 different ones that I've been using recently. The first one says, hey, girl, I just wanted to check in with you and see if you're still interested in ordering whatever product they were interested in. Because I feel like if you were to say, like, if you're still interested in ordering products, they're just going to kind of be like, oh, well, I don't know. But if you say, like, hey, are you still interested in ordering hair, skin, and nails? Then that's going to kind of, like, trigger their memory, and they're going to remember that before and after that you post, and they're going to remember, like, those amazing results, you know, And they're going to be like, okay, yeah, I do want to get that. So are you still interested in ordering hair, skin, and nails? I'm getting a few orders placed now, and I'd love to help you place yours. Let me know either way. That way, you know, you're telling them, like, even if you don't want to order right now, just let me know, you know, so I'm not sitting here, like, following up with you, like, every single day. So that's one. The next one is, hey, girl, I just wanted to check in with you and see if you're still interested in ordering hair, skin, and nails. I have one spot left, and I knew you were really interested, so I wanted to offer it to you. Let me know either way. That one has worked really well for me because even though, you know, we don't have one more spot left, it makes them feel like you're really thinking about them and you're offering them this your last spot, okay? So that one has worked really well. And when I follow up, I'll follow up until they sign up or just flat out say no. Last month in March, I signed 30 customers, and most of them were customers who I've been following up with since November. So for 5 months, I've been messaging these people, like, not every day, not every week, but maybe, you know, like 3 weeks here and there. Like, I'll be like, hey, you know, like, you were interested in the wraps. Like, do you still want to try those out? And, you know, maybe the first time that they were introduced to the product or the first time I spoke with them, it wasn't the right time. Maybe they didn't have the money, but 4 months down the road, maybe they're like, oh, you know, I have an extra $59. Yeah, okay, I do want to try it. So and when you make your list, so I have a potential distributor list and a potential loyal customer list. If they say no, don't like scribble their name out. Just draw a line through it for that month so you know, like, okay, they're not interested this month, but maybe 2 months down the road, it'll be their time, and you can still see, okay, well, they were once on my potentials list. Because when I was working on my diamond promotion, I pulled out all of my lists from day one, and I messaged every single person who was on my potentials list, even if they told me no months ago, and some of them signed up. So it helps a lot.
I believe the average follow-up is 7 to 21 times. So all of these people that you guys are watching and seeing being added to our page and like that we're welcoming, most of the time those aren't people that we talked to that day that signed up. Those are people that we've been talking to and creating relationships with over time. So I think that's like something like, it's really easy as a new distributor to like see other people enrolling these people and you're like, wait, why is that not happening for me? Just know that has been a process for every single one of us. The average is 7 to 21 times. And if you don't have a follow-up list, definitely get one because it's all within the follow-up. Like following up is literally everything. But yes, thank you so much, Carly. I wrote down a few other things that I just wanted to go through real quick. And then if any of you guys came up with any questions for us throughout that, you can unmute yourself after this and ask us if you guys are okay with that. So anybody who wants to stay on can do that. But I just wanted to say the most important thing is that you're having fun. You know, we start this business not to get to stress ourselves out. So don't join this business and look left and right at all these other people who are enrolling and, you know, just comparing yourself in your business. Focus on your day-to-day basis. Focus on that 24 hours. So don't think about what can happen in a month. Don't think about what's happening in a year in your business. Think about that 24 hours, what you can do every single day when you wake up to build your business that day, and things are just going to start to fall together over time. If you're not going to commit at least a full 90 days to just being consistent in your business when you first start, you're not going to see a lot happen because those first 90 days are so crucial. Like you want to commit yourself fully for those days because especially, you know, being a huge social media team, it does take time. So just knowing that it's going to take some time, just know that. So you're not going to stress yourself out when you're, you know, the first time you post, people aren't running at you signing up because I wish it was that easy, but it's not. Your mindset is literally everything. So if you guys ever have any trouble, like I just don't want you guys to ever hesitate to reach out and ask us. That's why we're here. I tell my new team members, I want them to blow up my phone. Like I love receiving questions from my new team members because I know that they're excited. I know they're ready to work. And if you're like me, you have like a million questions. So don't ever feel bad to ask questions. That's why we're here. That's how you're going to learn. So don't stress yourself out. Have fun. Be excited because like we've said, that excitement is going to really rub off on other people and they're going to want to know what you have your hands on. Last but not least, be confident. Be confident. Even if you haven't tried the products, be confident in them whenever you're talking to people about them and you're posting about them because that confidence is going to really like show off to other people. And when you're confident and you're excited about it, like I said, they're going to be interested. So those are like my tips that I had for you guys. But if any of you guys have any questions, you can unmute yourself and ask us, and if not, we'll stop the recording and I'll post this to the team page so anybody who didn't get on can watch. So, and if any of you guys have anything else that you wanted to say that you thought of throughout that, absolutely do that too. So. And if you don't want to ask the question on the thing, you can always ask in a little chat deal too. So. Anybody, any questions? We answered them all, it looks like, y'all. No. Oh yeah, yeah, 5 minutes. So Jade is having a social media training in 5 minutes too. So if y'all want to jump off this and jump on there, we can do that too. So that'll be really good. I forgot all about that, so thank you. It's on the Boom Time page if you don't know where the link is. But if any of you guys ever, or if any of y'all come up with any other questions for us, definitely, ask on the team page or reach out to one of us. So anyways, I just want to thank you all so much for getting on with us, and thank you all so much for who got on to help with the questions. So I hope you guys have a good night, and hopefully see you on the social media training. Bye, y'all. Yes.